Okay, so welcome back again. In this video, we're going to be looking at how we can create our certificate. All right. So now, we go to Canva. We can design a test certificate on Canva, right? So now, let me show you some previous certificates I've done on this Canva, so that we can take a look at what we're doing. So you come to your search bar, you search for certificates. So you're going to see the designs you have done. These are the designs I've done right here on Canva, okay? These certificates, these are the designs. Now let me just open this now, for instance. So let me just click on edit. So it's still loading. There are up to 14 pages here of different designs. So that's why it's still loading up. All right, you can see some of the designs are coming up. So this is something similar to what we are looking at for, right? So there are a whole lot of templates and designs that you can actually implement on your certificate design. So let's look at it now. Okay, so you can see some of the designs we have here. So we're going to be doing something like this. We're going to be seeing how we're going to be doing it, okay? So now on your Canva, you're going straight to your search bar. You go to, okay, go to template first. Click on template. Then you click on the search bar and search for certificates. So now when you search on certificates, you're going to see a list of certificates that will come up for you with their different designs. So you can see a whole list of, that is the advantage of the Canva Premier Pro. That is the advantage of Canva Pro. If you're on Canva free plan, you won't be able to have access to all these designs. So this is a good advantage of Canva Pro. So now we have all these designs we can see here now. So we're going to pick any one to work with. All right, so you can pick any one that matches your taste, that matches the design you're doing and all of that. So whichever one you pick. So let's go ahead with this particular one. So I'll click on it. Then you can see once you click on it, you're going to see similar designs that look like it as well, according to Canva. So go ahead and we'll click on customize. So once you click on customize, I want us to copy some text from here and put in our write-up, okay? So it's loading up. All right, so it has loaded up right now for us. So we can see that now. All right, so what we can do is this. Okay, nevertheless, I can actually share these particular designs to you. Since you're on Canva Pro, I can actually share them to you and you can redesign them. Get, so it will be that easier for you to do. But nevertheless, let's see how we can work on our own, redesign ours. So I'll just zoom it. So now what we have here, the test we have here is certificate of incorporation. So I'm going to copy this test. So Control C. So I'm just going to put it. So certificate, I can put it up, then put this certificate of incorporation. You see the way the test appears is kind of this. If I want it to be on one line, I will expand from here. I want it to be on one line, okay? I'll expand from here. I can also expand this particular test if I want. All right, what about this? Maybe I will just reduce this. All right, good. So we see that now. Now, sometimes you may want to add those icons, like this kind of icons. All right. So stuff like this kind of icon. So what we're going to do is you go to where you are going to go to elements. Elements. Remember I told you in elements is where you see different icons, graphic icons, pictures and all of that. So now let us search for certificates. Certificates. We search for certificates. All right. We can see both photos and all of that. We can see photos, we can see graphics. Let's select graphics, see all, and see what it has for us. You can see this, you can see this, you can see this. So the whole lot of them that you have, you can see this. So let's put this. So we have placed it now. So we see that now. So we can reduce the size. Can reduce the size. So I can just decide to put it here if I want. All right. So now I think that is okay there. So the next one now we're going to do is what is the next write up there? Okay, you put your company number, blah blah blah. So you put your company number. So let's copy this. All right, I can move this up. Then this, just put the company number here. All right. So now what if you want to make this bold? You want to make this bold. You just click on, let me close this. You just go ahead, you click on what? This B. This B stands for bold. Then this one here is the text color. You can change the color of the text. You can see that. Then here is the font style. You can actually change the style of writing for the font for that particular text. So we have different font stylings that you can use. We have different font stylings that you can use. You can see this one. We have so many of them that are in this place. That's one advantage of the Canva Pro. So also have, you can also search if you have a font in mind, you can search it here. We have also 3D fonts and all of that, so that you can actually implement on your designs. So let's pick any fonts, any random fonts that we can use. Let's say this one. Okay, this is quite okay. So now if I want to increase the size of this text, you use here, you can increase the size. All right. Now what about if you want to increase the space between each letters? To increase the space between each letters, you're going to this particular place called spacing. So you're going to give space between the letters. So you can see now space has been added between each letters. You can see that space has been added very well. So now we'll go to the next one. The next test there is the registrar of blah blah blah. So I'll copy that. Then I'm going to, let me remove this. So I'm going to create another test. So to create another test, you can duplicate this present one. To duplicate is Control D, or you press this particular duplicate. All right. If you don't want to duplicate anyone, you can just go ahead and you click on this test. Then you click on add text. You can click this add heading. Then you can see it here. Then you paste or write your write up there. So you can reduce the size if you want. You see that now. So you put it in this place as well. All right, so it says the registrar, blah, blah, blah. Then let's copy the next one. So the next one is this, the name of the company or the name of the site. So let me duplicate this, Control D. So now I'm going to paste the company's URL. All right. So now it's sports minus. So now I want to make it capital letter. I could just click on this uppercase here, this icon here. Click on it. Everything turns to capital letter. So I want to change the font style. So let me pick another font style. Let's say Norchester. Where is Norchester? Pick this one and see. All right, it's not bad. So I could just increase the size. All right. All right, so the next one now is we'll go to the next one. This is the test. I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to put it here. All right, this day, blah, blah, blah. All right, you can see that now. So the next one is giving art. Let's copy this, giving arts. So we have giving arts. Okay, let's duplicate this. Perfect. All right, so let me delete this. Any element or text you don't need, you just click on it and delete. It's not everything you may need. Now okay, these are the signatures, blah, blah, blah. So I think we have them here already. So it's just left for you to either change the name and all of that. So I want us to move this down a bit. So I'm highlighting, or you hold your shift key, you click on it. So I want us to move it down a bit. All right. So let's look at the next one. So we could also put this particular certificate stuff there. If you want, you can remove it from here and then put here. It should not be too much so that your work will be neat. So just as you can see, our design is very, very neat. I could change this color to blue. So have this color as well. So we can see now that our work is finally completed. So this is how you actually make your certificate design and every other thing. If there are elements you don't need, like I said, like this one, you could just delete it. If you make a mistake, you press this undo or you press Ctrl Z, the mistake will be corrected. Okay, so that is that for that. So rest everything is fine. You could also change the name if you want. You could give it a name, just change the name certificate. All right, so if you want, you can add another page. You can just duplicate this page and you do your another certificate for another person. All right, you see all this now. You can, or you go back again, you select another design if you want. Go back, you select another design if you want. All right, so now if, for instance, now I also want to continue from here, the only thing I will do is I may change this background design. So to change this background design, I will just go to elements, then I will just search for, let's search for certificate background. So once I search for certificate background, I have both graphics and I have both pictures. I could select any one. Graphics, let me select graphics. So I want to put another background here because I just want to still stay on this page. So I could select this background. So let's select this. So this is up now. So how do I make this now to become the background of this present certificate? So to do that, you right click on the graphic you selected, you click on replace background. So it is automatically going to replace this former background for us. So you click right click, you make sure it is selected, you click on replace background. All right, it has replaced it already, but we can see now that we have these designs on top of it. So I will delete these ones. So you can see now that we have our background replaced. I could delete these other old ones, these other old ones. All right, so you can see it's perfect and all of that. So this is another design as well. So I could just duplicate this again, duplicate it, then this is page 3. Then come back to our elements where I search for certificate background, okay? So let me look for another background I could use. All right, let's use this. For instance, I'll click on it, then I'll right click, then I'll click on replace background. So you can see it has automatically given us another different background. So you do this if you still want to retain this particular page. So I have different certificates on one Canva design, or you could just go back and search for certificates, and you can see another different designs entirely which you can actually use. All right, so I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to give you access to all these certificates. I think there are about 14 pages here. So I'm going to give you access to it since you're already on the Canva Pro. There are 14 pages. So all you just need to do is you edit the name, the dates, and the country to your preferred choice. All right. So that is how we work on certificate on Canva. If you have any question, you let me know.